Hello and welcome. I want to come on and talk to you about week 2 of what I refer to as the Sacred Six. That's the sacred 6 weeks of gratitude between Canadian Thanksgiving and US Thanksgiving. So last week was Canadian Thanksgiving. And, being a dual citizen, I feel very blessed. And I think there are lessons of gratitude, particularly when we're in the grief journey. And sometimes in the grief journey, we're feeling anything but grateful. And so the reminder of gratitude lessons is really important here when we narrowly focus in on what is it that we could possibly be grateful for. And I'm going to suggest to you today that gratitude for community is really important. And I know that there are many people who have written to me, particularly recently, about this phenomenon of what's referred to as secondary losses. It's the people who we thought would be with us in the grief journey, but they're not because they can't be. It may be family members who are so affected by the death that we've just experienced that they can't be there for us. Or it may be a friend who we were sure would walk with us and we haven't seen them, we haven't heard from them, they're not calling us. It can be any number of people. It can be in our workplace. And so we tend to focus on that group of the community. But as my teacher and mentor, Dr. Alan Wolfelt, says, when we are grieving, people tend to fall into thirds. The first third is the third that act this way, that can't be there for us. They're not helpful at all. And often what they say are hurtful things, which just simply aren't true. And they're even giving us some misinformation. So instead of focusing on the third that are not there for us, cannot be there for us, and are feeling harmful to us, we need to instead focus on the other 2/3. There is a third that will be what's referred to as the neutral third. The neutral third are neither helping nor hindering. But when we need to just go out and maybe hit a bucket of balls, go to the golf range, go to the tennis courts, we need to go out and just have dinner with somebody where we don't really need to talk about anything, or we can talk about the latest television show. Those are the neutral third people that we call. And then there are the helpful third. And the helpful third are the people who bring us food, the people who call us just to say hello without actually saying we need to talk about anything, the people who are willing to listen to us even when we have nothing to say and they're willing to sit in silence with us. This is the helpful third. And that is the community that we need to have around us right now. We need to have around us the community that we can be grateful for, and we need to focus on our gratitude for those people, because the more we focus on gratitude for them, the more people like them come into our world. It's a fundamental truth of the laws of the universe that when we focus on things that we are grateful for, more of the similar things show up. And so the invitation this week in the Sacred 6 Weeks of Gratitude is to focus on gratitude for the community members that are coming in and supporting you. I saw recently a friend of mine emailed me a picture, and I'm going to put it up in our Facebook page. It's a beautiful picture of a community of different size and shape people coming together, kind of like a ball of yarn that is then being knitted into the globe. And I think that's very true, that we can't even begin to imagine who are the people who will love us and who will support us and who can love us and support us in this journey. In my book, I have a whole chapter on the wellness team. It's really important that we look at our wellness team and that we find the people who can be on the wellness team instead of continually focusing on the people who we wish could be there, but for whatever reason, they just cannot be. And so very early on in the book, chapter 15, I think it is, I'm just looking it up right now, there is the, oh, you know what? It's even before that. I thought it was 15, but it's not. It's chapter 8, creating your wellness team, right? And it's really important to remember what I wrote here in the book, which is just so important to me. Grief is not a journey that we go on alone, since it is likely that our family has also been impacted by this loss. They may not be able to be part of our wellness team as they are going through their own loss. Identifying who we can call when we need support is crucial. As we give gratitude for the people who have already shown that they're willing to be there and they can be there, and they may not be the people that you expect. You know, it was very interesting to me when my mother died, who actually showed up. It's not who I thought was going to be there. But I started leaning on them and being vulnerable with them, and they became some of my best friends. So we need to take this time to give gratitude for the people who are showing up and allow the people who are not showing up to just kind of fall by the wayside. If it is true for us to continue in a friendship with them, believe me, they'll be there on the other side of your grief journey. But right now, let's just focus on the people who are there and who are able to be with us in this very sacred journey. If you're looking for community, if you're feeling very alone in this and you want to know that you're not alone in this, there are a number of ways that we do community at Healthy Mourning. First of all, I invite you to go to our website at healthymourning.com and see all sorts of supports that are there for you. I invite you to like and subscribe to this so that you get my videos on a regular basis. And that way, at least you've got the community of me coming into your home, and you can look at these videos whenever you need a little boost of support. In addition to this, I run two really significant programs that are very community oriented. One program is called the Sacred Circle. It's based on information that I had worked with 10 years ago, and I had worked very intensely with this information, and now it's coming back for me to work on it through the lens of grief. And how can we support each other in a sacred circle? So that group meets once a month on the third Tuesday of the month. So I invite you to go and click on that link and check it out and see if maybe that's something that you'd like to be a part of. The other thing is, you know, when I wrote this book, I didn't know that I was writing 52 ways, but the subtitle on the book is 52 Ways to Convert Your Grief to Mourning with Ease and Grace. There are literally 52 ways to do this listed in this book. And once it was published and I was looking at the cover, I went, 52 ways. Wow, there are 52 weeks in a year. And every author, you know, you don't discover what you wrote until after you wrote it and you engage with the words. And so I decided in that first year, which was 2020, because the book was published in November of 2019, that I would actually explore this book cover to cover, 1 week at a time, one conversion technique at a time. Well, that program actually became the HMR program, where I kind of curated the chapters a little differently. Right now, we're in the month of October, and the month of October is all about Legacy Month. And then November becomes about Gratitude Month. So right now we're looking at conversion techniques that speak very specifically to legacy. Throughout the year, you can take a look, click on the link, and you'll see what each month the focus is. And I invite you to join that program, because that's a weekly program of community of people who are going through their grief journey. And together we walk through the pages of this book. And that program has been hugely supportive to people literally around the world. I invite you to join us in the community that is appropriate for you. We also always have our Facebook community that is a closed group to keep it safe, but all you need to do is answer the questions to come on in. We just need to know who you are a little bit and what your grief journey is looking like right now. And that way we keep it a safe community for everybody. Sending you tons of love. May you find ease and grace in your grief journey. Namaste.